Yo, what is up? This is something a lot of people don't know about me, but I, before becoming a coach, I was in automotive, and just want to make a video because it's interesting to a lot of people, and yeah, it's such a big 180 for a career. Like you just go from working in a car shop and now you're working at the gym. I I just want to share like my journey with how I got to become a online coach. So here we go. So from automotive to coach, my first career path was being in automotive. So I was an automotive paint prep technician. So those are the guys that are just prepping the cars for paint and then painting the cars and then polishing the cars and cleaning the cars in the auto body shops. Okay, so that's what I was doing for 5 years. Before that, I was just working at retail. So I was working at Costco. I was working at Price Mart. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time. So I took this course. It's called the Trades Discovery Program in BCIT. So that's like every few days you try a new trade. And I was exploring my options. So one option would be like welding for one day, and another day would be like electrician, or another day would be carpentry, and then another day would be like plumbing. And you're pretty much just testing out the waters for different trades until like by the end of the whole thing, your goal is to like find one trade that you really like, and if you really like it, they'll put you on the top of the list for priority to get into that program. Okay, so that's why I did this trades discovery program. But also because at the time I didn't really know what I wanted to do. At the time I knew I wanted to do a trade, so I did it. And they didn't have this in my school because my school is a Catholic private school, so they didn't really promote trades. They really promoted more university stuff. But I did this after high school, maybe I think 3 years after high school, and I just did it because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was stuck. I was like lost. I was like, oh shoot, is this how it's gonna be? Am I gonna work at Costco for the rest of my life? I didn't want to do that. Okay, so I did this program. Like I paid money. I can't remember how much it was at the time. I think it was maybe like $2,000 for, and it was like a 3 month program where you're just trying different trades every week or every few days. But I was like, yo, if this can help me find my job, then this is awesome. And I get to a trade where it's like it's hands-on work, and I can start making money right away. That's why I did this. But yeah, and popular choices in the trades discovery program were obviously electrician. Electricians make a lot of money. Welding is super popular, and I don't want a safe career path, right? Like even like when I was, of course, in high school, I didn't want to be a nurse. I don't want to follow the crowd, right? Like everyone I went to school with just wanted to be a nurse. Uh, I wanted a job that I would enjoy because there were so many people at the time. Like it was 3 years after high school, and there were people that were already doing university stuff and like close to graduating, and they were talking about how they didn't even like um, their career path that they chose because it's something that they chose when they were in high school, or something that they were that they were peer pressured to just go into because it's the safe option, right? I didn't want to do the safe option. I wanted to do something that I really liked, something that I can see myself doing almost every day. Um, yeah, I don't want to be a nurse, as you can see. Yeah, that like yo, that could have been me. Or I don't want to be an electrician. I don't want to be a welder. And here is why I chose the car painter path. So I chose the car painter path because when I was in the program for trade discovery, we were mixing a lot of colors, and you could play around with like all the paint there. Like they had a whole it was like a whole closet filled with paint, like different colors of paint, and then you can use like this machine to generate any color from a book, and you can like make it by mixing a certain amount of paint together, and then you can spray it out. And I was like, yo, that's sick. I just like seeing all the colors and also matching these colors on cars, and you like the satisfaction of just spraying a car, and from bare bones to like, yo, this is something shiny, this is something new, this is something bright. That's so sick. But yeah, and I also like the process of like actually like spray painting. And then people were telling me like, yo, like you're actually pretty good at doing the movement for spray painting, because there's a lot of people like in the program when we were trying out the car painting trade, like a lot of people didn't like weren't really good at moving the gun and spraying the gun. Like it takes like a lot of like like a specific motion with your hand, and I was just good with it. I was good with both hands as well. Like I was spray painting with this hand, and I would pass it on to the other hand. Um, and yeah, like that's where I found my liking for car painting. People said I was good at it. I also like the colors. I also like seeing cars. I was at like this point where, of course, like when I was younger, I like had big anime phase. Like at that time as well, like I was watching a lot of Initial D. If you don't know what Initial D is, it's a car anime, a street racing anime. But yeah, but also what really drew me to wanting to be a car painter is it reminded me of Gunpla. So that's like Gundams, like building Gundams. So it's like you have this model kit and you build it out of nothing, and it becomes a robot as seen here, and that is the classic uh, Grandpa Gundam, the RX-782 Gundam. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna show you like the cars I actually worked with in real life. So this is one I definitely polished. I'm pretty sure I did polish. Like, there's so many cars like this that I polished, and then I search up the company on Google, and like, yo, I definitely touched that car. I polished that car. I primed that car. But yeah, like I remember like touching this car for sure. And here's another one where I definitely touched because like this is the only color of this Porsche. So like I worked for a company. It was called Intermechanica, and they specialize ever since the 60s. They've been specializing in these replica Porsches. The reason why they make replicas is because the real thing is really expensive, and these people just wanted something that's more affordable, something that actually looks like the thing. And it's Porsche recognizes this brand, so it's totally fine that they copy the car. But yeah, these are the cars I worked with. They were made out of fiberglass, and I primed them. I did the body work for them. I polished them as well. I didn't do any painting. I only did spot painting because our shop didn't have an actual paint shop. But what's different about like an auto body shop is like this one, it's very like old school, and they wanted like a mirror finish. So they didn't want like so like but by the end of the whole process, when you're looking at the car, you'll see like a clear reflection of yourself. And that's not normal for most cars. What's normal for most cars is like they have this orange peel texture to it, because they don't really sand like wet sand and polish the finish. But for these cars, it's super old school and they're kind of luxury, so they have that mirror finish where it's like you can like see your reflection and it's super clear. But yeah, that's what's different from this company to other car companies. But yeah, so these are the cars I worked with. So that's one, and that's two. I definitely touch this one for sure because that's the one off color. And this is another one as well. I was like looking at this, I'm like, yeah, I remember that blue, a dark blue. But yeah, these are the cars I worked with for 5 years. Okay, and here's why I quit that job. So I quit the job because there were too many risky chemicals. It was at the point where I was actually maybe in year three of working in this job. I was actually reading the labels of these chemicals, and it would say, "Warning: harmful to reproductive organs." And I was like, "Yo, dude, I got to get out of here. This is not this is not the place where I want to be long term. Like, if I want to have kids, I'm not going to be around something that is harmful for my reproductive organs. Get me out of here." This whole work, like the work environment for this auto body shop, was not safe for your health. Like, I was breathing dust every day. I was breathing in these chemicals. My gloves were um, peeling off because the chemicals I was dealing with were corrosive. And there were times where like I would continue to do the work while not having gloves on, right? And it was to the point where like my skin was peeling a bit, and it's just not safe. It's not safe. It's not a good work environment. It's not somewhere where you want to stay for long term, which is why I left, because it was not safe. But also, I felt too comfortable at the time. Like, I was making the same wage for like 3 years. I didn't really get a raise after that. I was working really hard as well. I was working 10-hour days. There were times where like I was working, yeah, so like they were 9 to 10 hour days. There were times where like I would stay longer. Sometimes it would be a 12-hour day or a 13-hour day just to get things done. But yeah, just wasn't safe. I felt too comfortable. I wanted a change in life. So then I decided, yo, I want to become a personal trainer, because I realized like, yo, I've been working out for 8 years. I know all this stuff about working out. I know all this stuff about getting healthy, being healthy. Because at the time, like year 8 out of high school, a lot of people were slowly changing. Like a lot of people I knew were gaining weight. A lot of people I knew were out of shape. A lot of people I knew were sad about the body that they were in. Right. And I was like, yo, I could definitely teach people how to like live a better life through health and fitness. And I was asking like a lot of people in my circle, I was like, yo, do you think I'd be a good coach? Do you think I'd be a good trainer? And like my sister was hyping me up as well. She was like, yo, you'd definitely be a good coach. And I'd ask like other people as well, like my friends, and they were like, yo, you could definitely be a good coach. And that's, they sold me to becoming a PT, and I did my exam. I did in-person training. So there's like this school in Richmond where it teaches you how to be an online trainer hands-on, and then you get to do your online certification as well. So I did that. But yeah, I loved going to the gym for like a long time, and I was like, yo, I want to spread the good news. I want to spread the good news of like, yo, like if you really dial in with your health and fitness, and it's not even that hard. If you really dial in, you can unlock so many things in life, right? Like you're able to wear the clothes that you want. You get to not be depressed and anxious anymore. You get to be confident. You get to go out more. You're more sociable because like you got this newfound confidence, right? Like that's what I want to teach to everyone. That's why I do this. Like that's why I am an online coach. I'm here to spread the good news of being healthy, pretty much, and make videos like this, right? Like at the end of the day, I just wanted to help people, right? That's why I wanted to be a coach, just to help people and show them like it's not even that hard. You just gotta like put your head down and just focus, right? Um, yeah, the biggest lessons I learned out of this is like keep in mind like the hobbies that you had when you were a kid. Like for me when I was a kid, I liked making videos with my friends in high school, which is what I'm doing right now. I also liked working out. I liked physical activity. Like whenever people would ask, "Yo, what's your favorite subject in school?" I'd say PE. And then and people would be like, "PE is not a subject." I'm like, "Yo, yeah, it is. Like we do that like 2-3 times a week, right?" I love PE as a kid. Um, I just like making videos. Yeah, those were two big things. I liked teaching people as well. Like when I was in Costco and PriceSmart, I was teaching people how to I was always teaching newbies how to do certain things like in the deli or the meat department because I was there for a long time. I enjoyed teaching people and watching them go from not knowing something to knowing something very well to be professional at it. That's kind of like me coaching people, right? It's like teaching you like, yo, right now you're not fit, but I'll teach you how to be fit by just by doing these things, just following the game plan, and how to do it like for the rest of your life as well. I also like one of the biggest lessons is don't pick a career path just because it's safe. There were so many times where I I hated my job as a car painter, and I think that's what also led to the anxiety and depression at the time. I wanted a change in my career, so having that safe option as a job was making me depressed, right? Like I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do something more fun, something that actually changed people's lives because I wasn't really changing people's lives with cars. I was just working for someone, polishing their cars, priming their cars, doing the body work for their cars, and making it look really nice. Only for that small dose of satisfaction for them. Like, yo, I get to drive a nice car. Yeah, and like it just hangs in their garage for like 3 seasons, and like when summer comes, then that's when they get to enjoy the car, right? But for coaching and fitness, it's like you're pretty much changing someone's life for the rest of their life. Like you're teaching them how to live the life you live, how to enjoy the foods that you love with while still losing weight and looking healthy and feeling confident and not being concerned about their health, right? That's the life I want to build, and that's why I'm here today. And I think I wrote down here, yeah, build a life you enjoy, and that's I enjoy my life right now, right? Like, yo, I have a kid, I have a wife, I got a family, I got good friends. I have a job where it's fun, and I'm making a video like this. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I became a car painter to a coach. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.